Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the 10-year anniversary of Imagineering to a Better World. And I'm here with somebody who you may not know. This is Karen. So Karen's actually part of the Braveheart group. And we are at a beautiful place called Oasis. So I'm just going to flick this around and show you. It's one of my favorite places. It is just lovely, and it really suits with the topic of today. So today, basically, we're talking about like looking back, looking at the impact before we're giving a testimony or two or a message of celebration, congratulations, as well as something about going forward. So this actually reminds me of the launch of the book Prosper as Your Soul Prospers, which we talked about yesterday, as well as we did like a launch of like an official launch of the project like a year after. And it was in a place not as pretty as this, not as organized as this, but it was where I lived in Perth back then. And the yard was a little bit set up like this. It was really eclectic. We had, bushes in the middle. We had fairy lights up the front. We had stations of what we were doing. We had underneath the old garden shed, there was a little like lean-to bit out the front where the band was, which they were singing Imagineering music, which hasn't been released yet. We did a little bit yesterday. And then we had, we did the book sales, obviously, did a few speeches. But the most exciting thing was inside the bird aviary, we actually had what's called installation art, and it was just amazing. There was, as you walked into the bird aviary, there was actually 4 long like corridors, and we had photographs from as if you were going. Like the first one was a quarter of the way down walking, and then the next one was half the way down. The next one was 3/4. The next one was at the end. And it was using the photographs from inside the book, Prosper as Your Soul Prospers. So originally I had family members actually do a mock-up for me at a local park. And then I sent that off to the photographer, Zach Tuxworth. And then he got his family and they did the actual shots over in New Zealand, over in Tasmania. And then with the installation art, there was like a little piece, and it was like you were journeying through your finances and journeying through the book. It was just amazing. And my dad had come over early and helped with the lighting and everything. So, and then also at the end of it, as you went in and at the front of it, but so a little bit separate to the other, to do with Prosper as Your Soul Prospers. One thing that we love to do with Imagineering is to come alongside other people, especially artists. And so that particular night, we also sponsored Zach to have an exhibition of his photographs. And so he was able to sell his work as well, which was amazing. And I know even my mum and dad bought a wonderful piece, which was in their kitchen for years, actually. And so the biggest amount of feedback and the impact from that night was actually the installation art. And it was just amazing. Unfortunately, I had even professional videographer. I had who's a friend who was helping, which was just brilliant. And I had another friend who was taking videos. We had people taking photographs, but everything got corrupted. Every file, my laptop ended up with a virus. It was just horrible. We lost just about everything. But so that's why one of the reasons why I wanted to take this here. It's just such a beautiful setting. And the house, I used to call it the Imagineering house back in Perth. And it was just such a special place. So that's looking back. And a lot of those, relationships are still going. And and it's been really good even, just leading up to this, just reconnecting with some people that I haven't spoken to for a while, because it's been about 8 years, I think, since I left Perth. So that's just been lovely. And and then we talk about something going ahead. We want to be holding more events, and we still want to be coming alongside. One of the long-term plans is that with Imagineering is that we're actually creating a kitty of funds as well that people can apply to us to get their own projects up and running. from doing the Imagineering courses or workshops. And so it might be a book or a song or a short film or something, but where we can actually come alongside them, sort of in a mix between a microfinancing / seed venture capital model, just for, very modest budgets, because it's about, building up. So even years ago when I used to help fund, especially people overseas in micro business projects, get people to have a look at, okay, level 1, level 2, level 3. And then as they're proving that they've got the stewardship abilities, and then they're repaying that loan within a certain amount of time, then they can look at, perhaps borrowing more further down the track. So it's just, again, coming alongside other people to help bring their dreams to life. So that's still part of the plan. Okay, really short one tonight, but just wanted to say thank you. I have actually done yesterday and today. I did more table talks, but we will be, sharing some of those later in the week. And yeah, so thank you so much. And remember, we can change the world one day at a time, one person at a time, one decision at a time. Bless you. Bye.